Well, today, Louisiana Governor Jeff Landry sent a letter urging Senate leadership to confirm Robert F. Kennedy Jr. as Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services. Governor Landry shared his support for Kennedy to Senate Majority Leader John Thune of South Dakota and Senator Bill Cassidy of Louisiana. The former congressman supports Kennedy's nomination for HHS Secretary. In the letter, he believes Mr. Kennedy possesses the knowledge, experience, and determination to solve our country's complex and social services issues. President Donald Trump nominated Kennedy to lead HHS on November 14th, just over 1 week after winning the November election. According to the Associated Press, Kennedy's critics warned that his work advocating against vaccine use has cost lives. And Senator Cassidy is the chairman of the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions, or HELP. The HELP Committee has scheduled January 30th at 9 a.m. local time for Kennedy's confirmation hearing. And the full Senate will need to confirm his nomination with a floor vote for Kennedy to become the next HHS Secretary.